wherever and whenever you are, and welcome back to Phoenix Iwaki. It is a pleasure to have you all here. We are here, and we are in one piece, despite what foreign media might say. Yes, we did have a very large earthquake, but Japan is built for those, and we are A-OK. But thank you very much for those that were in the Discord and being concerned. That was nice to hear. Now, a massive hello to my lovely players and all of you wonderful people hanging out over there in chat already. Nice to see such an active chat already. Nuclane, Phantom, who else we got over here? Mac, how you doing? Thank you for the subscription. And who else is down here? Baron Dragonborn, hello, hello. Who's we got? Tiamat Hong Kong, good to see you, my friend. Hope the streams are going well. Urban Zombie, welcome in, good luck with the draw. And that is everyone. And the people that are looking too. Welcome in. It's a pleasure to have you all here. Now, we are joining today for our Out of the Abyss campaign as they continue to realize that all is not well down here in the Underdark, which is, pretty standard thing to say, but it's less well than normal, should we say. And, Papa Dragon, sorry you had a bad day, my friend. I hope that we can go some way to making that better at the end of the North American day here. I hope everyone's doing okay with the switch to daylight savings. Looks like your Congress might be making a move to get shot of that. We can but hope. Was it a unanimous vote to actually do it?
Yes, actually, I think it was.
Right, but why is it so hard to switch? Like they said, they were going to switch like in like November next year. It's like, why don't we just...
Yeah, 2023.
Why don't we just keep this one? Yeah, it's like, why do we have to go one more cycle? It's like, all right. Anyway, let us jump on into things. We are very, very thankful for this gentleman with this logo right down here below me. CZRPG is sponsoring the streams at the moment and has wonderful giveaways for all of you lovely people who support us in all the ways that you do. Please type in !enter for your chance to win today's encounter bundle, and we will draw that at the end of the stream. Do not worry if you have to be lurking or off on your way before we finish. We will send that over in your whispers or on Discord, depending where we know you, and you can jump on over to that. Speaking of, if you are not already, do please consider giving us a follow, like the 1,200 other people that have lovely, lovely folks. And then we will give you an invitation over to our followers Discord, and you can jump in there, share projects that you have, chat about what's going on in the Wakiverse, which is what we call all of our joined together campaigns here, and chat about D&D in general, look for players, or look to play in someone's game, share food pics, and just hang out, whatever it takes your fancy. And then, yes, so there's the thing there. If you give us that follow, we shall send that invitation over to you very, very soon. Not only thanks to all of you and CZRPG, also to the wonderful people at Sirenscape.com. Head on over there for a free 30-day trial. All the fantastic sound effects and musics that they have for your game. And also, there are other sources of music too. Over on YouTube, we have lots of fantastic channels producing royalty-free music that's free to use in your projects and streams. We can head you in that direction too if you head on over to our YouTube channel and have a look at the information boxes on all the VODs. Boom, there is the link. Maybe? Yes, there it is. Okay, so there is the YouTube, head on over there. There's the links for all of the channels and things that we use, and there's our Twitter and Instagram as well if you want to get some information about what is going on over on here. But of course, the Discord. Urban Zombie, absolutely. Yeah, they do time out after a while, I'm afraid. But do not worry. You can jump on in there. Actually, no, I haven't got Discord open. I was going to do one right now, but I shall do it later on. Okay, Phantom, hang on, let me make a note of that so I don't forget. Hang on. Links to Zombie. Sorry, I'm old. And Phantom. Okay.
The cranberries?
Yeah.
It took me a second.
Hey, it's St. Patrick's Day. Leave me alone. It is over here anyway.
You didn't give it the growl. That's what it was.
It's because I didn't get to the bit. That's the giveaway.
Happy St. Patrick's to Sinead O'Connor, the most vindicated person ever.
No, come on, that's not Sinead O'Connor. No, she's not in this. She's
No,
the
it's
singer
the
of
Cranberries.
It's the Cranberries.
Who it is that leads the Cranberries? Don't mind
I
me.
mean, you're not
wow.
wrong. Sinead O'Connor is
Also, Sinead
the most
O'Connor is-
vindicated. And you were right. But it's not in that.
The song,
that part.
If you can find it, the song she did with Afro Celt sound system is fantastic. Also, Afro Celt sound system, fantastic. A half Irish, half African band. Very nice combination, which I stumbled across at a music festival in England and came to Japan and realized that lots of people all over the world know who they are. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, it's cool.
Right.
Cool stuff, cool stuff.
After
Oh shit! They felt the earthquake over in Hong Kong as well. Nice. Yeah, it was quite a mover. I was playing, but I wasn't streaming. We were in the middle of a fight over in Eberron, or in our offline game, and we did get very shook up. And there was just a little baby tsunami, not particularly dangerous, thankfully, especially with all the
tsunami.
Especially with all the new stuff that they built, all the coastal defenses and things they added after the big one 11 years ago, which I was here for. Good times. Fond memories. Anyway, let us jump into this different dangerous location instead. The Underdark, where our adventurers have been making their way around the city of Blingdenstone, the Deep Gnomes, Frefniblin city down here, which they have reclaimed after they were attacked and driven out by the evil Drow from Menzoberranzan. They are coordinating efforts to try and drive out all the nasties that have taken up shop and residence in the city whilst they were gone, and they have a decent section of it reclaimed, but the outskirts are still lost to them. The strange elemental Ogremoch's Bane, which was corrupting earth elementals and causing all kinds of trouble in one corner. A strange gathering of oozes and strange forces up in a different corner. And then, finally, a clan of were-rat gnomes, which opinion is divided upon in the city, whether they should be welcomed into the fold or driven out so that they can reclaim that section. Anyway, that is all the stuff that's going on here. And our players have dropped right into the middle of that and are trying to get some good credit with these folks, as they wished for them to lead them up out of the Underdark and to the surface once more with their NPC chums, as you can see, arrayed on the screen before us. Although that's less. Actually, just heard a podcast last week. They were talking about all of the incredible amount of NPCs in Out of the Abyss. I was like, Add to that Corbin's menagerie of animal chums, and you do have the full set. Now, as we are continuing in here, they successfully reconsecrated the temple of Caladoran Smoothhands. What's the name of the temple? Hang on, it has a name. It has a name. Blingdenstone, where are you? There you are.
I don't remember. I have to write it down.
No trace.
Arclight?
Where are you? Steadfast Stone. There we go. The Steadfast Stone is the name of the temple. And they went out there and did battle with the corrupted earth elementals that were trying to drive them out. But they managed to hold them off long enough for the purification ritual to take place, and the temple was rededicated to the god. They've not yet visited the druid who sent them on this quest, one Gurnik Tapfinger of the Stoneheart
Before that, we beat a
Enclave.
Medusa, too.
There was also a Medusa that was a problem. Yes, the Svefnebling guards had asked you to look into that, and if possible, deal with the problems there.
Yeah, we
Phantom-
showed them the head, I think.
Yes, oh yeah, they gave you that big fat diamond as a reward.
Yep.
Absolutely. Yes, Phantom, the temple is definitely earthquake resistant, I would say, because the god Caladoran Smoothhands is one of his aspects is minor earthquakes. So
Oh,
I think
wow.
it's probably okay with that.
It's safe, yeah.
As I assume most Underdark structures are designed to deal with that, as are Japanese structures, as we discovered last night. It was nice, like on the drive home last night and then drive back in this morning, there was no damage anywhere. Which, I mean, basically it just like reminds me how fucked up 11 years ago was. Because that, there was walls down, there was like big concrete like garage coverings collapsed on cars, there were like bridges. My wife had to take this huge convoluted route home because bridges over rivers had fallen. And like, oh god, yeah. It felt bad, but then, yeah, it was nothing compared to that one. Anyway, as our
Yeah.
friends here were escorted to Digamatok Hall, where the leaders, Chief Dorbo and Quartermaster Seni, the Deep Gnome couple in charge of this efforts to reclaim the city, welcomed them delightedly and were very happy to hear of their successes. And as Chief Dorbo was waxing lyrical about their fine work and the rewards that they wishing to shower upon them, he was abruptly cut short. Let me switch up the music a little bit here. More something a little appropriate. As the shadows in the corner of Digmatok Hall shifted, and a tall, cowled figure emerged from the darkness, unseen until they struck. A drow assassin, sent by the Spider Queen, Lolth herself, leapt behind Chief Dorbo and plunged a viciously curved and serrated spider-designed dagger through the Sverfneblin's back, protruding from his chest as the foam erupted from the chief's mouth, cutting off any words of praise that he was delivering to our heroes, as the drow poison quickly surged through his body. The drow assassin, having sent Lolth's regards, erupted into a shower of spiders, which scuttled and dissipated across the floor. And Elora, Zakan, and Corbin, you are left in the stunned silence, which was quickly replaced by angry cries of the Sverfneblin guards. So, let us quickly check in and see who these fine people are. Elora, who are you? Who are you playing? And where are they at just now?
Hello, I'm Sam. I play Laura. She is a high elf assassin rogue from Mythdraenor, a now destroyed city, which she ran away from to start her outlaw band with her friends, where she steals from the rich and gives to the poor. On one of her escapades, she was captured by the Drow, with these lovely people, and has been traveling through the Underdark with them, gathering some fun swords and items. And right now is quite worried because this was more of a safe haven, and now there is an assassin who's slipped in through the cracks, so it's quite worrying.
Mm-hmm. It's indeed a stark reminder of the dangers of the Underdark, even the few shining lights of civilization. Zakan, how about you, sir? Or madam, should I say?
Or whatever. Hi, I'm Steven, and I'm playing Zakan, our Aasimar ranger / cleric, who for over 100 years has been down in the Underdark with the divine mission to find those who are lost, bring them to the light, which is usually just poor wanderers, and get them to the surface while vanquishing evil, all those sorts of divine smiting type things. But they're getting older, they're still mortal, and they're getting tired with the rise in crises down here that they seem unable to stay on top of.
Yes, and a new patron for you in recent times, the Drow goddess Illustrai, also very invested in guiding those lost in the Underdark to the safety of the surface world. And last but not least, Corbin.
Okay. Hi everyone, I'm a Buns and I'm playing Corbin. There's like K. Because it's like on the Corbin's on the opposite spectrum, I think, of Zakan almost. But I play Corbin, our changeling druid / monk. And originally they were being trained to become the left hand of their family thief and assassin guild. But they decided that
okay.
but that turned out to not be what they thought they were good enough for, or at least they felt like they could do a much better job on their own. So they went to the farthest place they could think of, which was
Straight down.
Down in the vaults of
Yeah.
straight down. They stay at Black Raven Monastery, and they went through the tombs and walked into the Underdark on purpose, where they heard about and then searched for some badass highway women, and trying to figure out what was going on with our Lady Alora here, and met some awesome friends and low-key tamed some really fun creatures along the way with Webster and Sharkushio.
Which is the perfect
Yeah,
segue,
same.
because as we return to the Digmatok Hall, Corbin, you turn and see that in light of the recent events here, the Swerfnebling guards are surrounding Webster at
I knew it!
spears leveled at this giant spider. A symbol, if you will, of Lolth herself. And back to you.
Yeah, okay, no, that's fine. That's totally fine. I am going to walk directly past them and stand in front of the closest one to Webster's face and just kind of give a look of, you can come closer if you want. But my spider has done nothing but help all of you.
As you do that, you hear from the dais above, Dorbo! And Seni, Chief Dorbo's wife, and the shared ruler of the city here, dashes over and falls to her knees next to the prone, graying, drawn out, almost like these black veins of poison beneath the skin.
Could have hand of healing could have probably helped with that, but
I think Zakan was there, you know, hands lit up, trying
Yeah.
to do what they could, but after a moment, they just shake their head.
And she, Seni just like puts the small hand on your sleeve, just like crunching it up and like pulling on it, and she's just like, those, as if those drow had not taken enough from us already. Tighten the guard. Make sure there's none of those other bastards lurking around here. They will not
Speak freely.
drive us out with terror. They shall not keep our home from us. We'll continue our conversation later. You lot, get back to the inn. Get back to the foaming mug. Rest up. Someone sent for Tapfinger. We must arrange to return Dorbo to the stones.
is that the name of the druid that you
Yeah.
were saying we still haven't seen?
Yeah, the Stoneheart Enclave guy, yeah.
They told us to go back to the inn, but also we can do that thing.
And guards will kind of gently. And she, like, Seni kind of like glares over. She's like, "Oh, don't be so stupid. That one's theirs. It's on our side. If you drive off every potential ally, you'd be as stubborn-headed as this one was." And she kind of slaps Dorbo's corpse on the chest.
If everybody's gonna keep, it's good if everybody, especially after the witnesses tell it spreads how he died. I am going to request some type of something to put on Webster so that somebody doesn't try to attack him, thinking they're avenging their king or their chief.
If you say that to the guards that are escorting you out, then they promise to spread word, yeah.
Okay. The one with the saddlebags is your friend.
Fair. And you fall in with the guards and they escort you at the short distance to the foaming mug. And as you enter into the quiet and peaceful interior, you see your friends, the Swerfneblin twins, Prince Derendil, the elf royalty, cursed into a Quaggoth form, and Jimjar, the other Swerfneblin there as well, along with Alora's highway bandit chum, Esmeralda. Not that Esmeralda. Although that is her token. And Eldith is there as well, of course, the dwarf scout from Gonzalgrim.
Yes.
And Jimjar comes over, he's like, hey! I go out to say hello to some friends and rallies, and I come back and... What the bloody hell have you all been doing? I'll bet it was heroic and bit of a scrape and a scrap, eh?
I don't know if you're saying this like you're jealous you weren't there with us, or if you're
Oh,
just
not
making
jealous.
fun
No,
of
you
the
look
fact
like
that we
shite.
always get in trouble. Yes, it's like...
And the Swerfneblin owner of the foaming mug that comes like fussing out of the back. Where is she at? Tappy foam strap.
Happy.
Tappy. And she's like, oh goodness, look at you all. Sit down. Mushroom soup, and something a bit more fortifying, eh? I don't know why, but I'm feeling like a nice tankard of stout might be appropriate.
Corbin like visibly shudders. but she's like, you know what? Yes, fuck it, whatever. But they visibly just go.
Some travelers came through here once, and they taught me this nice toast that you can do with your stout. They insisted it didn't be used for any other. Maybe whiskey was okay as well, but whiskey and stout, they said, were the only ones that they would allow this one to be used for. So, anyway, just a moment, I'll just go and get them sorted. And she bustles off, and she's like fussing around in the back.
Is it a margarita or is it a whiskey bomb? This is a mushroom stout bomb. Just...
Nom.
I think Alora looks at Esmeralda knowingly and was like, I think I might abstain tonight. Maybe another night.
Oh, come on, Laura. All things in... I forget the phrase. Sorry, I'm still hungover.
Well, I see you haven't been abstaining.
Moderation. That's it, moderation.
You've had made a fun time while we've been making ourselves useful.
What are you talking about? No, I was up from last night. This is still just last night this all happened.
Oh,
Chakushu is almost 1 day old.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, jeez.
Wow. That did not register. Okay.
That in-game time flow.
just 1 day old, and he's already been melting stone elementals.
Yeah.
Earth
Had a great
elementals.
time.
Big boy.
But yeah, Esmeralda is worried, Alora. She's like, are you okay? You look a bit worn around the edges.
Oh, this city is no longer safe. It's been penetrated by drow, so we have to all be on guard, as usual, I suppose.
Not to mention you're like 20 years old.
Yeah, that was the reference. As Alora was aged by a ghost.
Don't worry about it.
Hey, blood pools, thank you.
I'm an
You
elf.
wear it very well.
Fine.
You wear it
You
very
do wear it very well.
It's like 2 years for
Yeah.
elves. Come on.
Esmeralda's like, hey,
well.
in 20 years' time,
You have
I
like
will
an
look
ear
so
wrinkle.
good. just the
You
tips
wouldn't
just
know.
droop just a little.
Just a tad.
just a little
That's a
damage.
little bit more mature looking.
It's just right. It's just quite endearing, actually.
As you all sit down, and Tappy brings over the nice foaming tankards. Thank you, Phantom. Appropriate emotes in chat. And sits down. She's like, right, well, I heard there's been a bit of a gloom thrown on the events of the day. And there's a few other Svirfneblin in here as well. Chief Dorbo was only half of our strong leadership here. And I know that Quartermaster Seni is going to carry on their vision and ours to reclaim this city for us, for our home, and return it to its former glory. For Svirfneblin and foreign visitors alike. So as those visitors once told me, what was it again? Something like, yeah. She raises a tankard. Slanchava. Happy St. Paddy's, everyone. Who's raising a glass today? Sorry, bit early in New York, but that never stopped you New Yorkers.
Zakan cheers the mug and takes like a sip, but then they put it down and slide it to whoever's next to them and stand up and say, you all relax. I'm going to retire early. I have much to meditate on. No, head upstairs to whatever kind of arrangements that we have.
The rooms are there from before.
Mm-hmm.
Corbin, Alora, is there anything you'd like to do before turning in?
I think Alora's on babysitting duty, and Corbin's not gonna get drunk, but Corbin is gonna have like one or two. It's been a lot. I almost died like twice. I just need to feel alive.
Watched your son
I
get
know.
petrified.
Yeah.
Right? I'm going through it right now.
And
You deserve it.
yes.
I'm going to sleep with Webster. We're gonna make a web hammock on the ceiling. It might be creepy to wake up to Alora, but me, Sharkushio, and Webster are all sleeping in a web thing on the ceiling.
Or are we standing guard all night?
It's like a brief second as you wake up, and you think
Right,
Webster's
didn't
turns
get
on you and just cocooned Corbin into the ceiling.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, tankards.
So you hear me go, like,
You haven't missed much. And yeah, so as you all take your rest, Alora, anything else? Are you okay?
No, yeah, I think she's
think,
just watching Corbin very intently, watching all the exits, the doors, just looking around very cautiously, playing it safe tonight.
Okay. Darendil actually comes over. He has a crusty loaf of bread, which he kind of tears in half with his big quaggoth claws and puts half in front of you. The locals say this soaks up the alcohol nicely.
Well, I'm doing all right.
What happened out there, Laura?
There is a drow assassin in the city, and we faced a Medusa, and we consecrated a temple. It's been a very, very long day.
You know what? When I get back to my people, up on the surface, if we're ever able to figure out what to do about this curse, I intend to return to my royal duties with a good deal of the ruling style, the pride. Go get some attitude of Queen Alora. Quite the inspiration, Your Highness.
Well, if you're looking for more royal duties, you can take mine if you'd like. There's some waiting for me back in Mithranor. You can have all the glory, and roll over with an iron fist.
Oh, my family was never any kind of tyrant. No. No.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yes. I truly hope that your peoples and those that survived the calamity have able to, pick themselves up and find a new spot, or who knows, maybe reclaim the ruins of Mithrano, such as these fine folk are reclaiming this city.
Sincerely hope so as well, and I hope to be able to see it with my own eyes one day.
Oh, so you do hope to return?
I'd like to at least see what was left behind, and what they've done with the place.
Indeed. Well, whatever you decide, it is your royal decree. And thank you. Thank
There's
you
nothing
and the others for seeing us safe through all of this. Gigantic demons rising out of waters. Insidious spores corrupting the minds. This is a terrible place. But not a terror that can't be overcome by a wonderful group, huh?
I know I wouldn't be alive without all of them, that's for sure.
Yes. Yes. And I apologize that I haven't been quite as gallant as one might be. I saw some rather fine-looking blades in that market of theirs here. I think I might pick one up, see if I can remember our swordmaster's lessons from my youth.
They're trying.
If there was ever a time to try and remember, now would be a good time.
Quite. First thing on the morrow, Prince Durandil shall take arms.
Look forward to that.
Although, there's one thing to be said for this new form of mine, and the ability to tear one's foes in half with your bare hands.
Really?
We'll see. See what works best, huh?
Yep, just be careful.
Of course.
Don't bite off more than you can chew.
Ah, sounds like a plan. Well then, Your Highness. Sleep well. Trance well. I miss that. Oh, I have to sleep full 6 hours now. Ugh.
Glad I don't have to know what that feels like.
It's just horrendous. So
Maybe
much
something
time
similar
wasted.
to, right? Maybe something similar to getting blackout drunk and not remembering what you've done.
Well, I know that young Tappy over there will be appreciative if you don't explode the room again.
Oh, I've learned my lesson. Don't worry about that.
And we're fresh out of dragon eggs.
You do have a baby dragon, though.
3 more.
Indeed. Is it smash cut to Corbin in the room, just like opening their cloak? It's just like more.
There's just 3 more. I'm going to have rainbow babies. It's just every dragon color, all of them.
Watch out, Tiamat. I am now the mother of dragons. Parent of dragons. Sorry. Okay, so as things wind down, and the Elora, do you spend any time in the tap room talking with the locals before you head to bed, or are you just gonna like rest and then just crash out?
I'm most likely I'd probably be listening, maybe for any information.
Okay. Yeah, as you spend time in the tap room here of the Foaming Mug, the locals, I mean, of course, it's a slightly more somber mood with everything that's happened, and Chief Dorbo being assassinated, and there's talk of a ceremony. This so-called returning to the stones is happening first thing in the morning, and as you listen and watch the comings and goings of the people of Blingdenstone here, you see that you hear several things. Listening to the chatting and goings on here, you hear talk of praises for you all, that the dangers of Ogoromok's Bane seem to have been driven off by the reconsecration of this temple, and that area of Rockblight is soon to be expanded into and resettled by the Burrow Wardens. And you hear more, and Topsy and Turvy also talk with you about this, the two Swerfneblin twins who are were-rats as well, but keeping it secret. They come over and they kind of report to you how, and they kind of like almost sheltering behind you and like taking cover, hiding behind you almost, because they've heard like the various opinions of the place, and as was mentioned before, it is split. It seems that some do want them driven out, whilst others want to form an alliance with them and have them help defend their former city, or should indeed they call it their current city. And anyways, Nuclean, me. And you actually hear that Quartermaster Seni is actually all for an alliance with them, which Topsy and Turvy are glad to hear. And it was apparently Chief Dorbo that was more interested in driving them off and getting them out of the city.
It seems like some things have worked out. Corbin does not say that out loud.
Corbin is cocooned right now, so it's okay.
You're cocooned. I am a cocoon. I'm a mute because I'm a cocoon.
What else do you hear? Let's see. You are reminded of your recent journey to Neverlight Grove and the Myconid colony, corrupted Myconid colony there, and the horrors that you witnessed as the effects of Zagutumoy, the demon queen of fungi, had taken up residence there. Zakan in particular got more of a front row seat to that. But you hear word from a merchant that's come up from the Whiteshell mines on the outskirts of the city with a caravan from the mines. And apparently, whilst they were traveling to the city itself, they encountered something you'd heard of before, a parade of dancing Myconids, much like Corbin witnessed in Gracklestug. And the Myconids had used their rapport spores to communicate with the Sverfneblin caravan, and were singing praises and dubious, rapturous delight of the wedding celebration, which is coming soon to Neverlight Grove. And the the Sverfnevelin merchant's kind of shaking his head and knocking back a stout or two, because he's just so, it's so strange to hear them talking like that, because, Myconids don't celebrate anything or have weddings or anything like that. So they're just talking about how strange it is that they were talking about that. Which is, confirmation of things you've heard before. But one thing new you hear is, when they're talking about how Rockblight has been returned into the fold, as it were, there are mutterings about the northeast corner, where this strange, force is attracting all of these oozes, and you hear talk of a crazy Sverfneblin, like a out of control, crazed individual who, back in the early days of the reclamation, disappeared from the city. And apparently recently, scouts have seen them lurking about in unrecovered areas of the settlement, and more often than not towards the northeast there. And they're wondering what happens to them, why they left the group, and how they've been surviving out there on their own. So, that is all the information you glean from your time spent in the tap room there. And eventually, you two head upstairs, startled a little bit by the large cocoon on the ceiling of your room. There's like one of Corbin's hands is kind of lolling over the side, and it's just a lazy swishing red dragon tail out the other side. And you all fall asleep. Zakan, as you rest, you receive visions. Wandering aimlessly through the passages and caverns of the Underdark, looking for your friends, looking for the people you've met on your journey this time, catching glimpses of their voices echoing down the tunnels, but then always gone, always out of reach, much like the ghostly sounds of combats in Rockblight that you experienced before. And as you continue through the tunnels and caverns, they start to become twisted, changed. Some of them are covered in dangerous-looking mushrooms that billow clouds of spores which you duck and flee from, covering your mouth. Others become soft, porous, almost spongy underfoot, glistening walls dripping with slime. Movements up amongst the fissures and surfaces of the ceiling. Something creeping forward, dissolving, cleansing, forever changing. And as the visions come to an end, you hear a terrible roar, bestial, crazed, furious. A roar you've heard before, a roar emanating from two gigantic, horrific maws, the two heads of Demogorgon, echoing impossibly loud through the tunnels and caverns around you. And then your sight accelerates, speeding through tunnels that lead upwards. And you see a cave mouth. The relative lighter shades of the night sky outside, twinkling stars. Has Sakan ever seen the surface world?
I think from that kind of distance, like still from within the Underdark.
Okay. Well, this time you are ejected from the tunnel out onto a mountainside, and you see below you vast sweeping slopes down to a forested valley, and beyond that, an impossible number of twinkling lights of a large settlement on the edges of a river which reflects the lights back at the houses and buildings of the city. And then the entire hillside around you erupts. Tentacles like the arms of the Demogorgon just burst out of the rock, plunging through the air, tearing trees out of the forest, flinging them towards the habitation below. A swarm of corrupted myconids come gibbering and howling out of a cave mouth and charge towards the sleeping city below. And that glistening, slimy ooze seeps from every crack and from under every rock and flows in an inexorable, slow, but relentless, inevitable, dissolving, cleansing wave down the hillside towards the habitations of man, elf, dwarf, all the races of the surface world. And you hear a voice. Calm, soothing. You turn, and that same lithe, impossibly elegant drow dancer that you saw in the Mushroom Grove on your journey to Neverlight Grove is there once again, the avatar of Illustrae. And she turns to you, her hair swimming around her head as if underwater, the white hair shining, almost metallic in the moonlight from above.
Don't let this come to pass, Sakan. This world, this place deserves to endure, deserves to continue. Do not let the Abyss destroy it. Do not let this vision come to pass.
And the night sky darkens, as does the scene before you. Just before the chaos of the Abyss sweeps over the town below. And you find yourself coming out of your trance and back to the room of the foaming mug. Aware that a new day has arrived. And all of you may take the benefits of a long rest.
On that cheery note. Yeah, I think they had fallen asleep, like sitting, because they were just meditating basically until their body forced them to pass out. And in meditating, all they were asking is what can they do to stop this? How can they be, stronger or what they need to be?
Mm-hmm. And before long, all of you are drawn back down to the tap room with the delicious smells of breakfast from Tuppy. And she tells you that the ceremony for the returning to the stones of Chief Dorbo is going to happen at the site that you first met the druids here, the Speaking Stones. So, what would you like to do?
Unmuted.
There you go.
Yes. Okay. I think first things first is do you share that dream with us when we all wake up?
I think Zakan is like down, in the ground floor, probably earlier than anyone, because I don't think they went back to sleep, and like they're sort of
Fair.
more reserved and quiet than usual. Like I think they barely acknowledge anyone who comes in. They're just kind of sitting.
Okay, I will ask you as a player then. Has the con gotten to the point now where they finally say good morning back to Corbin when they go through there? Good morning, and then they just like go down the line and say good morning to everybody. Has the con gotten to the point where they
I think
was it ever hard for them to say good morning back to them?
I think it's friendlier now. They probably acknowledge them, the whole time, but now it's been a friendlier good morning.
Yeah, but he wouldn't say it this time, and I'm trying to see if there would be any way for Corbin to be like, wait a second.
Yeah, they're just so lost in thought.
Yeah, kind of a thing. So they can poke you. So it'd be like it makes sense. Hello. I said good morning.
I think the mask turns, towards Corbin, and they say, "Sorry, good morning, Corbin. Did you sleep well?"
Like pray. So very.
Your hand is sticky.
Yeah. I had to leave one out of the cocoon so I could get out of it. Very insulated. Warmer than you'd expect. Probably to help with the whole liquefying thing, but very nice when you're sleeping.
The cocoon is new?
The cocoon is new. Normally we just hammock it out. The cocoon is new.
I see.
I think Webster like nibbled you free. It's like...
Right? It's just like
little spider bath in the morning.
just a tiny bit, but my hair is so well kept. Like it's so every hair is put in place because that stickiness is like, it's the perfect gel.
And you get that little bit of acidity.
Corbin has baby hairs. Yeah. Corbin has baby hairs now. They could lay their edges with the spider conditioner. Yes. It's like because nothing weird happened other than I slept in a cocoon, and I think I heard Alora wake up scared, sleepily going to the bathroom at least twice. They kept forgetting I was up there. Be like, fuck!
When you get older, you do have to go more often. So.
Not there yet. Not there yet.
Yeah.
It's awesome. This is the inside joke that Zakan runs with. I don't even know what to do.
Speaking from experience, that's all.
Yeah.
So, are you going to join the ceremony and also, meet up with the
Yes, I think after
Mr. Tupfinger?
Corbin and Zakan's exchange, they'll just say, once everyone is down, we should head immediately. There's still much to do.
Still have to deliver those stones to the merchant as well, right? Did that happen? I can't remember if that happened yet.
No, we haven't.
Right? Yeah, you didn't find them.
We haven't done that.
Yeah, because last time you were at the market and then the oozes attacked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we know his
Oozes
name.
attack.
Beware
Indeed.
of the blob, it creeps.
Kazook Pickshine.
Kazook Pickshine, indeed. Right, okay. So, you make your way over, and you are ushered to the front of this very large crowd. This is the leader of the expedition here to reclaim the city that was assassinated by this drow assassin. And you wade through this ocean of gnomes. Just like, you have a perfectly good view from the back because it's all gnomes in front of you. So, but you are ushered to the front, and you see Quartermaster Seni, Dorbo's wife, and the druid Gurnik Tapfinger of the Stoneheart Enclave there at the front with that restored circle of stones after it also was corrupted by Ogremok's Bane and attacked you the first time you arrived here. And you make your way over and stand at the side as the ceremony begins. Seni and Tapfinger lead a chant. It's almost like like the Tibetan kind of throat chanting.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's like that kind of guttural, vibration, and is joined by all of the deep gnomes arrayed here in front of the speaking stones. And you can see Chief Dorbo's body has been laid in state at the in the middle of the stones. And as the chanting continues and it kind of crescendos and grows louder and louder, and at a certain point the druid slams their staff into the ground, and as they do, the whole chamber, the whole city, for all you could tell, starts to slightly vibrate and shift. And as it does so, it's almost like liquefaction, when the vibrations make a solid surface almost liquid, and the interior of the stone circle starts to jump and shift, and Chief Dorbo's body is taken into the stone and disappears beneath the surface of the rock in the center of the stones there. And as the body disappears, the chanting grows stronger and stronger, reaching a certain point before it dies down. And the druid, Tapfinger, turns as if that would be the end of it. But he looks around, confused, almost, as the vibrations continue. This minor, almost, earthquake-style effect, felt just as much as it's heard, resonates around the chamber. And as he looks around confusedly, there is a buckling and shifting of the stone in the center of the stone circle, and rising up out of the surface, you see an ethereal, almost semi-transparent vision of an ancient, indecently well-built Sverfneblin with a bald head but a huge bushy white beard. massive shoulders and chest, barrel-like chest, and these huge arms, which each hold a pick. And all of the Sverfneblin just fall to their knees as the druid gasps under his breath. Lord of the deep earth, you honor us. And this figure rises up out of the stone circle, gazes over the gathered Sverfneblin, and turns to you.
Pushes Corbin forward. Be respectful.
What if I promised other people I wouldn't? That would be me. Hi. Hello.
Greetings, adventurers. You have done all of my people here and my place of worship in Blindenstone a great service by reconsecrating and returning it to those to whom it belongs. I thank you all, and know, as I accept Chief Dorbo into the stone, we are watching. We support you. Help my people. Help all of the Underdark against those who would destroy it. Destroy all. All that I, Master of Stone, Lord of Deep Earth, Caladran Smoothhands, and my allies, such as Innistrad, we are watching, and you have our blessing.
And he reaches out one arm with the pick held, and it shines with a bright light alien to this underground world, which bathes the entire chamber, but washes over the three of you. And you each receive, as the avatar of Caladran Smoothhands retreats and descends into the stone once more, and the Sverfneblin shakily get to their feet, unbelieving of what's just happened. Each of you may choose a blessing of protection or a blessing of the weapon. Which would you prefer?
So basically, some type of protection or upgrading, pimping out our weaponry.
Yes, basically, it is, mechanically speaking, the blessing of protection is +1 to AC and all saving throws.
Ooh.
And the blessing of the weapon creates a magical +1 weapon.
Have one.
It creates a weapon?
I mean, well, it blesses one of your weapons.
It blesses one of your weapons. I feel like I'd want to do my darts.
Okay. So yeah.
Because my AC is...
So Corbin looks down as like this kind of bandolier. The bandolier of darts, just each of them starts to glow.
No,
little.
remember they're on my fingers. Remember?
Oh, of course. Sorry, I thought you kept them in other places until they were in use. Okay, so you kind of kind of like reach up, like ultimate power. He's like, you see the darts are all glowing with this celestial energy. Zakan?
I'm like, look it.
I think like mechanically protection would be better, but in character after that dream, I think they hold up the glaive to receive the blessing.
Okay.
I think they need to be stronger.
He just hold it, just.
No problem. So yeah, I think let's just make
Probably
sure.
just do like glaive plus one type
I've
thing.
I've added it for you. So if you just refresh your equipments, that'll suit. And like more importantly, as we get a little higher level and start to move into the latter half of things, there are lots of nasties that are not affected by non-magical weapons, so that's good.
Yeah.
So yep, that's in there now, and you have your dagger as well.
That's right.
And Elora.
Well, feeling sufficiently blessed with true magical weapons, I think I'll go ahead and take the protection, as I have very low hit points, so I'd rather not get it.
That's so fair. No, that's so valid.
Yeah, I'm sitting at a
think I'm
15
good on the
AC here,
magical
so.
weapon.
Okay, if you would like to refresh your equipment, refresh your character sheet in your inventory. I made it as a magical item. It says the Blessing of Protection. And if you click on that, it will. Yeah, you lose your only minus saving throw. Yeah, but it's plus 0 to strength. Hooray!
Yay.
Alright. So.
Yay.
Yeah, Phantom, the voice change is funny. I can't hear it, so I hope it sounds good. I have a rough idea how each one sounds. let me know if it's difficult to make out anytime. How was the Illustrae one, Zakan? Because that's one I made myself, so it's a different
Oh
one.
yeah, I quite liked it. I think it's
Okay.
very ethereal, and I threw down the Sirenscape music so that I could hear it.
Nice. And I you know, it's kind of apt as well because I first created that to use for Tidra.
Hi, buddy.
So-
Oh dang.
Cat.
Interesting.
You see,
Cat.
aren't you supposed to have
Everyone
disappeared
has
off to
to
the
look at
Feywild? I thought you went to the Feywild.
You know, he comes back to Corbin every now and then. Remember, you feel nothing. Remember. Just a reminder. Just a reminder.
Just a quick reminder.
Stop caring. Cares more
Stop-
each episode.
Stop channeling buns.
I can't. They're so loud.
But it's
Can't
me.
stop caring.
Phantom,
Sir.
that's not Webster. No, that's not Webster.
Sir, you cannot sit up here.
Oh, but I can. Just watch me.
Yeah, no. This is happening. Okay. Yep. I'm petting you. Okay, buddy.
All right. So
Oh, just settled in.
He's settled. He's. I
It
can't
is-
move now. It's illegal.
has been decided. Okay. So yeah, there you got your +1 on the saves there, and your AC 17. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, geez, 17.
Nice. That's cool. I have a couple of players with +20. It's just like it's like 20 plus AC. But I was like, but I want to
I
hit.
got low hit points. I'm a very fragile little elf.
Join me. Glass cannons. Glass cannons. Thank you. Your entire anus. Thanks, buddy. It's a gift. I've been blessed in many ways today.
Yeah, that's the blessing.
I've been blessed.
That was the true blessing of protection.
Yeah, what? No one's gonna mess with me now.
Blessing of the weapon and the blessing of the kitty butt be upon you.
Get down.
Okay, now, as the ceremony dies down and the people just like beaming to themselves, it's like, we saw a god.
Yeah, right.
They just like start to dissipate off through the city. Seni and hang on. No, okay. Sorry, I thought we were going to get another bloody earthquake, but no, it was just a truck or something. Because there's, I don't know if you
A fun game to play.
I don't know if
Yeah.
Sagan and Alora, while you were here in Japan, I don't know if you picked it up. There's that vibration and that thing just on the edge of hearing just before the earthquakes come.
The foreshocks.
Hey Lee, thank you. Yeah, right. It's just like, I mean, and that really was strong last night.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway, where am I looking? Sorry, I'm distracting myself. Somewhere.
Puts you on edge.
Yeah.
It's just the god visiting.
So yes, Seni and Gurnik come over, the druid and the leader, now the sole leader of the expeditionary force here, come over, and Seni's just beaming. She's like, This is incredible. You were truly meant to be here. There was one of our surface friends came through. Actually, one of the main advisors that first encouraged us to come back here and try and retake the place. A forest gnome. Tan was his name. Arafor Tan. He he always used to go on about fated ones. Mayhaps that's what you lot are. Fated to be in the right place at the right time, eh? The wrong place at the wrong time. I suppose how you feel about it. Look, you have our thanks, and the request that you're able to help us more. In Dorbo's memory, please stay with us a little longer. Help us reclaim the remaining pieces of the city. Dorbo and I didn't see quite eye to eye on the same level as some things, but there's a section of the city to the north claimed by a group called the Gold Whisker Clan. They're cousins of ours, shall we say? Gnomes who returned here before we did. And an entire group, sizable in number by any report, infected with lycanthropy. Were-rats. Now, there are those in the city. My partner was among them, who thought they were monsters and should be driven out, but I say they spoke too soon, too hastily. They're just being as territorial and protective as we've been, as anything we found here has been. You are outsiders, you're visitors here. If you could make contact with them and somehow bridge the gap that's formed between us, please could you convey to them that I do not see them the way that some do. And I still consider them part of our city, part of our people. And I wish to share this place with them, not drive them from it. And at that point, Topsy and Turvy
Do they? Okay, because I was
Kind of-
I was gonna do a thing, but if they're gonna do it themselves,
shuffle forward awkwardly and nervously until until Jim Jar kind of like gives you like just say it. It's like gives him a shove.
right? Corbin's like on the other side. It's like he pushed Topsy and Corbin pushes Turby. They're just like,
They kind of like glare at you. And Quartermaster Senny turns. Ah, you three are the ones who returned to us from the Drow captors. We wish to talk with you if you're up to it and willing to do so. We'd love to learn what you learned during your time captured by the Drow. That we can prevent others from suffering a similar fate. And Jim Jar's like, oh, yeah. Yeah, of course, your quartermastership. Yeah, love to.
your quartermastership.
And he's like, but before that, these two have something to say, don't you? And
Maybe.
I forget. Is it Topsy? Yeah, Topsy's the one that's more vocal, right? Toby's just like. Toby's like my second son. It's like full teenager mode. It's just noises. Like fucking Minecraft villagers. And as they Topsy kind of like meekly steps forward, and she. Hang on, let me. Where is she? Topsy! And she's scrappy little thing. She's cool. Yeah. So Topsy kind of like comes forward and she's like, Mistress Digmatok, it is a pleasure to be back, especially if we're to be welcomed. And Quartermaster Saint's like, yeah, of course, what's she talking about? We're just overjoyed that you were returned to us by these fated ones. And Topsy's like, no, mistress, you don't understand. We weren't sure, my brother and I, if we were to be welcomed or not until just now. And Senny kind of like frowns. She kind of takes a deep breath. We are not of Clan Goldwhisker, but we were amongst those affected by the lycanthropy. She just blurts it out at the end. And Senny's eyes kind of go wide in understanding. Oh. And you fled, fearing persecution? Sorry, I just have an urge to say that again, just for the joy of saying that word. Persecution?
With all due respect, not for fear of, but because of.
Aye. There were those that would have seen them harm. But she reaches out an arm to Topsy's shoulder. But don't worry. That is not the Blingden Stone that we are going to be. All Sverfneblin are welcome here. Outsiders too. There's even a few drow we'd let in. There was one fella came through here. He was a stand-up one. We know that not all of the drow are like those that are in control of Menzo Baranzan.
Enzo Branson.
Aye. Some of them are friendly, shy, salacious, and Jim Jar kind of like is like, I don't think I've met any salacious ones. Could you run me an introduction? She's like,
Ha!
there is a fella. Maybe Jim Jar, you could join us and help us with our drow relations. You'll have to meet them next time they come. Beware their silver tongue. They'll talk circles around you. As wide as the brim of that fancy hat of theirs.
Mm.
Do you know who I mean, Vance?
Yeah.
Somewhere Corey just gets a headache.
Get her Jarlaxle thirst on.
It's not the hat, it's the boots. It's boots. The boots.
Yeah, Sam, do you know who Jarlaxle is? Jarlaxle is a drow male who has eschewed the eschewed? Is that the right word?
Yeah.
Split off and cast off the oppressive matriarchy of the Menzoberranzan society, and is forgiven and able to do so because they are the first son of one of the major households of the drow city, and they've got up to the surface, and there is an old drow mercenary company on the surface, which has first appeared in Zakan's first D&D with me, Waterdeep Dragon Heist. And they met Jarlaxle several times and had the treasure stolen from them by Jarlaxle at the very end. But then the Descent into Avernus crew got their revenge and stole it back.
Glad I helped someone out.
He has also appeared in our Rime of the Frost Maiden campaign as well. He's all over the place. Hey, Cos, how you doing, mate?
Ew.
Dritz foe, yes. Jarlaxle is fantastic. Sorry, Steve. Anyway.
Stupid, sexy Jarlaxle.
Stupid, sexy stuff. Nothing at all.
Yeah, that's stupid, sexy Jarlaxle.
It's like your gold purse says nothing at all. Nothing at all.
Anyway,
Sorry,
I think
we digress.
Zakana addresses Zenim and says, Quartermaster,
Yes.
these two have been very brave in speaking to you, but only because they heard you say yourself that they would be welcomed, but I fear the clan will need some form of proof or an extension of peace from you if they are to feel
Yes.
welcome.
Which is why I ask you to try and make contact with them and establish lines of communication. We need to open a dialogue and get them talking.
Do you have anything that you can offer, even symbolic, to present to them?
Give them this. Any ruling council that is formed here from the guilds and those in the expeditionary force will include the head of Clan Goldwhisker on an equal footing.
Okay, so if we have them come up and have somebody be a representative to represent the clan and things, you would accept an audience with them? We can
Indeed.
guarantee them that.
Indeed. I'll put it in writing for you.
Really? Yeah, that would probably be the best thing. My mom always said to get things in writing. So if you could, and possibly in triplicate, that way you can't lie about it later.
And they'll
You told them to be respectful.
and they'll recognize my mark. They'll know it's you.
Okay.
I'm sure they'll be suspicious, thinking that we're trying to draw them out, maybe,
Oh,
or to
undoubtedly.
eliminate them.
Well, that's what Topsy and Turvy are for. They can vouch that this is a thing. Their own, somebody of their own kind type saying that this might work. Or not might, but that they
Aye,
want to
that's right.
try
And
something.
Master Jim Jar, if you would also accompany them and be our representative. And Jim Jar's like chest like pops up. He's like, I will
I know.
absolutely do that. Yes.
Yeah, Master Jim Jar. Like Corbin is Corbin
it's a
jumps
diplomat.
on it
He does like a mocking
Right.
bow. At your leisure, my lady. Person thing.
Why, thank you. And it's your like lady person thing. I like it.
Just, yeah, it covers all moods of the day.
It does. That's like how they wish to be. That's how they wish to be announced at future parties. And lady person
Introducing the
thing.
lady person
Corbin.
thing, Corbin of House.
Corbin, yeah.
So yes, so they ask you to do that. And Seni also goes on to talk about the northeastern troubles, shall we say? And as you've proven so resourceful and able to look after yourselves, if you could also deliver us any intelligence on what's going on up in our old throne room, that would be appreciated.
Just because we can do things doesn't mean we want to do things. They say that so quietly and like only between Zakan
Yeah, there's only, like,
and
Zakan hears
Laura
it.
so that they can see it.
Yeah. Just like looks at them, like, blank mask, and then looks back to Seni. In return,
Don't
But
look
Corbin-
at me like I'm the camera, Jim.
She does say look, there's some sort of magic or monster up there that's I don't know, but we think it's responsible for all of these oozes and things that have been swarming to the place.
Really? Okay. Man, probably should check on Gabagool. They're like so far away from the city. I'm
we
so sorry.
Had some evidence of the same.
Like,
Thank you, Daisy. You just hear a voice just echoing in your mind from off in the distance, just like parent. Right. Well, please
excuse me.
proceed carefully when you go to the Gold Whisker Caverns. I'm sure they'll be protective of their borders as we are.
Thank you. We will do our best.
We can help with this, but if I may speak bluntly, we will need to make contact with the Dwarven stronghold sooner rather than later, so if you can arrange or begin arrangements, it would be appreciated.
Aye, well, with your reclaiming of Rockblight, then that should free up a few forces to guide you at least the majority of the way and show you the right direction. Where are you hoping to go? And at that point, Eldith, the Dwarven scout, steps forward. Your Highness? I don't know what to call you. If we could please be shown the way to the right direction to Gauntlgrim, that'd be most appreciated. Gauntlgrim? Aye, yeah, we know the ways there. We traded with them. It's quite a long journey and fraught with peril, but
Just
where
on the surface.
isn't? Gauntlgrim is, and Eldith turns to you, Corbin. Gauntlgrim is both surface and subterranean. It is a mighty dwarven horde, and the fortress is both within the mountain above and the caverns below.
Quartermaster, I imagine you have much to attend to in the wake of the tragedy, but when we return, there's much we have to speak of regarding the Underdark.
Indeed. Well, let me know if you need anything. And she heads off with a escort of guards back towards her hall. And as you turn, Gurnik comes over, and he's just, oh, all of you, thank you so much for what you did in the name of Calidran. And I'm sure we'll be seeing more of you. This place won't get the better of you if you're going with his blessing.
We hope we get far.
Well, I won't keep you. And he turns back to his duties in the Speaking Stones temple area. And actually he's preparing to go out to the temple in the in Rockblight and return there. So, what would you like to do? You have the gems to deliver to the market, the bones to deliver to the crypt, and some were-rats to talk to.
Gabagool.
And Glub.
You said, what's the third one?
The were-rats.
Which one is the furthest technically?
The were-rats. I mean, it's basically a straight line. It's like crypt, market, where Clan Goldwhisker's.
That is hilarious, because that is exactly the order I was about to suggest.
Corbin, what happened to your mic?
Huh?
Jesus. Your mic just
Got so
went
much cider.
super loud.
Did it?
Yeah.
T'Challa, what are you doing?
Is that better?
Yes. It's a little quiet. That's so strange.
That was just very sudden.
Oh, thank you.
Set up professional audio and audio says no. Zoom is doing extra. Zoom is trying to update and do stupid things.
No, do not. We're busy.
I know. I am pretty sure this is about to shut off.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare.
Wait. Okay, am I really loud again?
No.
Louder.
I mean,
not really loud.
Just normal loud.
That's fair. Just normal loud is working. Okay.
Does sound clearer.
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to take it off of automatically adjust microphone volume and hope.
Oh no, it's so quiet again.
That went super quiet, yeah.
All right, what about now?
Okay, perfect.
Yay!
We found it. There's a sweet
You
spot.
did it. Ah,
Okay,
jeez. Sorry
so-
about that, y'all.
No problem.
Happens.
I was saying that was hilarious because that's the exact order I was saying we should go. We should drop the
Yeah, right.
bones off because it's the last thing we had to do,
Perfect.
and then go do the gems, and then stop at the were-rats.
Yeah.
Okay, so I can actually finally bring you over to the map now. Sorry, I've been on the splash screen this whole time. Here you go. Boop. Engage, Blingden Star.
Pockets.
Erp. Erp. I will put the map there first before I transport you up there. Where are you at? Do-do-do-do-do-do. And go. Shoop. Hello. Okay, so yes, once again, you travel through the tunnels. There's almost like a celebratory air to the tunnels here. Let's get the music a little livelier as well. It's almost like a celebratory air to the warrens and tunnels here, as all of the Spread from Neblin are celebrating, and word has spread fast that despite the loss of Chief Dorbo, the Rockblight area has been reclaimed and will be returned to the city. And there's a certain just going on with lives and preparations to expand into that direction. And you make your way through the tunnels and walkways of the city, and find yourselves once more in the Ruby in the Rough. And what was that guy's name? Glyphic Shroomlight. These great names.
The acolyte.
Yeah, the young novice there. So yes, Glyphic comes over and he's like, welcome back, everyone. You all right? Are you going back down to see the you know who?
We are, yes.
No, who?
Oh yeah,
What?
Barrow Warden.
Yes.
Barrow Warden Jaeger. Yaja?
It's not that I don't remember. It's just one of those things. Like Corbin was so focused when they last came down here, they weren't paying attention to like anything because they were trying to go straight to the thing. They were focused on like the gems and doing everything.
Oh, yeah,
with
they still had the pool.
reconsecration, so they like actively were tuning out everything.
No worries.
Does Corbin still have that pool towards the north?
Have which pool? Have which what?
that weird like pool to go north that they were feeling when we first arrived.
Yeah, I believe so. It was super strong. It was the same thing that was pulling all the slimes away to them. They could feel it every time I asked about it. They could still sort of feel it, but it was just that was always pointing them towards the northeast, I believe.
Yes. Yeah, northeast of the map.
Yes.
Which way?
Apparently, the old
That way.
throne room.
Daisy, don't come in here with your inside jokes. Candlekeep Mysteries crew putting inside jokes in chat. It's okay, Daisy. Alex isn't here to mess around with us. My cursed brother-in-law. Okay, so you are shown to the entrance to the crypts below the Ruby in the Rough by our friend Glyphic there, and as you go down into the sepulchral chambers beneath, and the chill of the stone,
Great word, sepulchral,
isn't it? Seeps into your bones. You do see the shimmering, ghostly figure of Burrow Warden Yager, awaiting you, seemingly aware that you are approaching.
Everything and then not be like, hi. Just Kirby wave at them. Hi.
Corbin, the remains.
They'll go over to Webster and take it in the saddlebag. Because that's where they put it. They put it in the saddlebag, so that it could be held together.
That's
Because we
right.
wrapped it up in cloth, so
Yeah,
that
so
we
you-
could keep all of them together.
Yeah, you
So we kinda-
bundle them up. Mhm.
I bundled them up, and so I bring the bundle over to them and go, "We have come to lay these guys to rest. The guy to rest. This man, person."
You have my thanks. These are the remains from the abandoned parts of the city.
Yes.
Then they shall be returned and laid to rest with those others buried here. And
Is there any-
two of the trainee Burrow Wardens, the ones that were secretly training down here, appear out of the side passages and receive the bundle from you and take them away.
Is there anything else you require of us to help put these to rest?
I still sense the angry spirit in the residential areas of the inner city is not yet laid to rest.
But in the center of the city?
Here, in the center parts. Yes.
I'm sorry, I expected the bird noise to echo as much as your voice was. And I was just waiting for the echo. Thankfully, it never came.
If you can, please, lay to rest this restless spirit. That I and those interested in defending the city still might be able to return to the streets without causing fear and panic.
Okay, I think we can try our best. Lay them to rest, but we just need to bring their bones back here. Is there a specific way? Do we need to reconsecrate something?
He asked
again?
you to.
Is it-
He asked you to just dispel the spirit. This is an angry
Yeah.
angry ghost.
This is just mumbling. Corbin mumbling is like, "Yeah, just gotta do everything with a spirit. Every
So-
5 minutes, can you help find my dead body? How do y'all all keep finding me?
I have a feeling this is going to happen when we came here.
Well, we
It's
can
just so much
go
harder
to
when
the
it's not a
middle-
computer game with a side quest menu.
Look, as we can, I mean, we're going to pass the center of the city anyway. We can just, after we get, when we're on our way back from doing the stuff with the were-rats, then we can, stop by the middle of the city and throw some holy water at a fountain or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But it's something that we already started and we said we would finish, so technically we're not done with bones.
Literally a wild ghost chase.
It is, but this one, at least, we would just have to dispel a spirit. We just gotta slap a spirit. We've done that a few times. It's fine. I almost caught one, and they still look over at Yuzakon because they didn't catch the spirit in that trap because you were right there. It's like I almost caught one
Ghostbusters it.
once. It's just Ghostbusters shit. Let's do these gems. Let's focus on the things we can do, and then we can get that done when we're on our way back to the throne room. Do we hear the weird I almost called it a lemonade lullaby?
No.
No, okay, it's just ambiance.
Just creepy
okay.
ambience.
Okay. See, I feel bad now because you said that's supposed to be creepy, and I'm just like enjoying it.
That is your prerogative.
It's like this is so cute. It's like Christmas. You're like the scary music.
Which is okay. And
Corbin's character enjoying Underdark when you're not really supposed to enjoy it.
I know. Everybody else is like the Underdark. Day 75. I can't stand it down here. And I'm just like, oh, wow, I love
It's
for
been great.
Christmas.
Corbin's doing laps in the dark lake. It's bracing swim before breakfast. Off we go.
It's simply having a wonderful Underdark time.
All right.
All right. But we can go to the marketplace for the gems, we were saying?
It was up there, yes, in the delightfully named Trader's Grotto.
Yeah. So I believe that's where we are headed now from here.
Okay.
Or when we will see it done, if we can.
So you, yes, make your way back up to the temple above and then into the Trader's Grotto, which is bustling with many Sverfneblin going about their day and people shouting their wares and selling all the different things that are available here. Elora, Prince Derendil has accompanied you with the others, and he's like makes a beeline for the armory.
Look at him go.
probably going to buy something very decorative and not very sharp.
Our warrior king.
Certainly enthusiastic.
He's trying his best, and he's gonna get it. I don't know what it's gonna be, but he's gonna get it.
Get something. Going to get something.
He's gonna get something. We're all just proud of him in our own way.
So yeah, you head out and asking around, you are quickly pointed in the direction of Kazuk Pikshine, which the Sverfniblin in Grachelstug, Wort Salt Baron, had asked you to contact. And he has a stall amongst the petrified mushrooms and stings of Trader's Grotto here. And how do you approach? He's just there. He's like, welcome. What can I get for you? One of these fine things. Maybe, you there, my elven friend. You have somewhat of a regal air about you. Maybe some of this fine jewelry.
Oh no, I find my own. I don't need to purchase any, thank you.
Right you are.
Corby can't help but laugh at that.
So if we're not here for any commerce, what can I do for you? If you finish up your business and get out of the way of paying customers, that'd be much appreciated.
You're here on someone else's business, actually. One Wort Salt Baron.
Well, whosever business it is, just get it done, and we'll get on moving on with our days, shall we?
And I guess the uncut gems are probably
These
like
things.
in the saddlebag.
Yep.
They are. These I go get the uncut gems.
Okay, so yeah,
I give
Corbin
them
just comes
to
back and
Zakan.
just like, hi. Doors up.
it's the gems and like give them to Zakan. It's like I'll cuss him out if he keeps speaking to us like this.
It's good to know your limits. I'll take care.
So yeah, Zakan,
good to know my
you grab them from Corbin and turn around to Kazuk, and he he muffles a gasp and looks around furtively, and he kind of ushers you into the stall, into the interior of the stall. He's like, what are you doing for just swinging those about?
We were just trying to get our business done. See, I was so close.
We were instructed to bring them to you. And
Yeah, were you also
just
instructed to be a bit more discreet? Just give me
No, we weren't.
And he kind of he opens up the mouth of the bag, like whilst you're still holding it, Zakan, like he's like, if I might, and he kind of weighs it with his hand and looks at the quality of the gems. He's like, right, this I believe is for you, and he hands you a zircon crystal.
Of the Cubert kind?
And
I do not remember what we were promised. It was so long ago.
It is a zircon crystal worth 50 gold pieces.
It was an early quest.
Yes.
They'll just take it and they like toss it over the shoulder to Corbin to catch.
They do, like not even looking, like.
If I may offer a word of advice, Salt Baron found himself in the middle of some things. I would be careful associating with him.
Really? I've heard that Grachelstug is quite a nasty place to be.
No worse than anywhere else.
What you talking about? You're saying this place is horrible. I like it here.
All places are full of people.
True. By design, I believe.
We have very pressing matters to attend to, so...
Right, well. I also have a business to run, so if you'd be so kind.
We'll just nod to the rest of the group for us to go and like sort of, our arm around the shoulder of Corbin, like let's go.
Oh, thank you. It's just like, no, I'm fine. I wasn't going to do anything. It just would have been a light maiming. maybe I would have tied his shoes
I
together.
know.
It would have just been very annoying.
Sometimes
We
you just have to do
so much.
things. I know. People are just irritated.
Okay. And you
Yeah.
continue north around one of the main areas of the city there, and you find yourselves back in a rather nostalgic spot as you find yourselves back in the reception hall, the first large cavern that you emerged from the defensive maze that's at the front of the city. And this, the busy cavern there, which is usually welcoming to visitors coming through the gates, connects a bunch of all, as you've heard before, it connects all these important chambers in the new settlement here. But doors that you saw before, sealed and guarded, are the ones that you are now making your way towards as you come up to the main entrance to the Gold Whisker Warrens. And as, let's see. Let's put you in the right spot there. Whoop. And just get you over there. Okay. So yeah, as you come up to those massive sealed, locked gates, Kaz, our good friend, gives Corbin an inspiration. Thank you so much.
Aw, yay, thank
That'll
you.
come in handy next time. Maybe. Who knows? And as you make up, the guards kind of nudge at you, clearly having been told by the quartermaster to expect you at some point. And you make your way towards these large, impressive-looking doors, carved with various scenes of Srev Neblin life. And the guards unlock and rattle the chains and do various mechanisms and open up the doors, and they ponderously swing open, and beyond you see dark caverns leading towards the abode of Clan Goldwhisker. Topsy and Turvy look at each other nervously, and Jimjar slaps them on the shoulder. Look, I told you, and I bet good money. It's gonna be fine. Right. Turns to the three of you. Ready when you are.
I thought you were supposed to be the liaison. Like, they're still walking ahead.
Yeah.
It's like, I thought
Once
you
you've safely delivered us to someone I can liaise with, I'll do that.
Ah!
I'm sorry, I gotta head out.
I'm finishing right now, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
Right,
as the group
You're
of
gonna
you
follow.
go through the doors and into the northern section, we shall leave Blingdenstone for today. Massive thank you to everyone that's joined us, and it was an absolute pleasure as always. One last call for the giveaway as I quickly say what's going on around the channel this week. Hope that everyone has enjoyed things, and thank you for the followers and subs and everything. Thank you so much. Exclamation mark enter for your chance to win if you're not already in there, which we shall draw after I quickly say what's going on. We will be back later on today or first thing tomorrow, depending where you are in the world, for Barovia and beyond as they continue through the Amber Temple. Then tomorrow we do not have Wild Beyond the Witchlight, but we do have our next session of our what's the word I'm looking for? Deadlands, that's the word. Deadlands mini-campaign as we continue playing Coffin Rock. Come and see us as Rootin' Tootin' Cowboys fighting zombies and the like. Then, that'll take us to Saturday with Candlekeep Mysteries, and into next week, Rhyme of the Frost Maiden, and back here to the Underdark. But before that, on Monday or Sunday evening, depending where you are, we have the next session of our fantastic one-shot roulette, entirely randomly generated one-shot game with special guests from the Superior Adventurers Guild. Our wonderful friends over there will be joining us for that Sunday evening or Monday morning, depending on where you are. Keep your eyes open for the introductions of their strange, bizarre characters that were randomly generated. And that is all I can tell you, because the location and the plots of the one-shot will be randomly rolled for as we start the session, and then we just dive right in there. So I hope that you are able to come and be with us for that, and we can enjoy. Now, let us say a fond farewell, but not before we've chosen a lucky winner. And hey, Gareth, thank you for the follow both here and on Twitter. Thank you very much. So, closing up those entries now. Boop. Boop. Okay, folks. So, yeah, good luck to you all. Tonight's copy of the CZRPG Encounter Bundle goodness goes to Phantom! Congratulations, my friend. Good to see you as always, and glad you enjoyed the session. Right, okay, I'll be sending you the details for that very, very soon. Thank you, everybody. I hope that you are doing well. We are going to head off raiding somewhere. Stick around and see what other lovely people are playing and broadcasting in the space. Who is up and about at the moment? Okay, nobody... let's see. Nobody... They do not need any extra viewers that I recognized. Nobody from our stream team is on at the moment, so let's go somewhere new. And let's try a little bit of a different system. Let's mix it up a bit. So we've been playing D&D here. Let's go and watch a Pathfinder one-shot, which is happening over on Weave the Tale. So that's where we're going to be headed. Stick around, grab yourself some of those Dream Pie channel points so that you can help our adventurers in the future. And we hope to see you all again very, very soon. Thank you, everyone. And stick around for that raid. If you've got them, let those phoenixes fly. But, as we like to say around these parts, Oyasumi Nasai. Oyasumi! Thank you!